universe, my star seeds, my light workers. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, the Pleiadian Priestess. Thank you for joining me here today. Today's reading is going to be about what do people love most about you? What do people love about you? Okay, it's going to be an age-old reading, something that's very popular, I think, something that people love to hear about because who doesn't want to know what people love about them? Like, be for real, okay? And yeah, I don't know what inspired this reading today, but nothing had to inspire it. It just came to be, and I'm glad that I did it. It was really fun from what I remember. I only filmed it like 2 days ago, but a lot has happened, so I'm like, what happened? You know, that kind of thing. But I know it was fun. I loved it. I hope you guys love it. If you do, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But without further ado, all you have to do is choose the thumbnail image or the vibe, the pile, however you choose your readings, and I will see you gorgeous people at your readings. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 1, group 1, number 1, however you got here, welcome. Today's reading is going to be about what do people love about you. I was looking for topics to choose from, and I was going through the YouTube, whatever they give people who content create, and they're like the most searched up topics, you know. So maybe your research is what people love about you, but what I got when I was shuffling the cards is you could be a little bit of a gossip, since I always seem to gossip the most with my group ones, because I'm like, so this is what inspired the reading, and by the time I get to group 2 or 3, I didn't forgot about, I should tell them what inspired the reading. So because you're getting like the backstory behind it all. Maybe people love that you gossip, or you actually listen, or that you actually care to hear what they have to say. You know what I mean? So I was also hearing your sense of adventure. Okay, I was also hearing your style and your fashion sense. But I think I was just going through the motions of what people love about someone. Okay, I was also hearing acts of service. But we'll see what comes through, okay, for you guys specifically with the cards. It could be those things. It could not be those things. Who knows? But let's get into it. You're always a listening ear could be a thing. And that's something that I love about you guys, because you're always here listening to me go on my rants, and you're still here after all this time, honestly. So please stare at my group ones. What do people love about them? What do people love about my group ones? What do they love about my group ones? Okay, so we have the 6 of Wands in reverse, and what I'm hearing immediately when this card popped out and I saw that it was the 6 of Wands in reverse before it hit the black, was that you're successful, but you're not. You don't boast about it. So if you have, like, I'm hearing you also earn everything that you have accumulated or earned in your life. You truly worked hard for it, and you deserve every single bit of it. And you're not the person who's making people feel less than for not being as accomplished or successful as you. Because 6 of Wands upright is someone who's successful. They love all the attention. I do feel like you get a lot of success and you get a lot of attention, but you're not someone who loves it or revels in it. It's not something that you crave. You know what I mean? That's the kind of thing that I get. So maybe a content creator who gets a lot of views and praise, but they don't let it go to their head, or they would rather like stay anonymous and not be like, they're not there for the views. They're there to show the world what they love. It's kind of the energy that I'm getting for you, my group ones. Yeah, the 6 of Wands in reverse is giving me that vibe. Starting off the reading beautifully. This is beautiful energy, honestly, I would say. So yeah, you don't let anything go to your head. Maybe people do give you a lot of compliments, but you don't believe it. And that's a part of you staying like humble. But I don't know. Let me stop. Let me not make it a bad thing. Okay? Because if you get compliments and people are glad that you don't like getting compliments, it's kind of like a backhanded compliment in and of itself right there. But I think for you, they're just glad that everything doesn't go to your head. You don't get a big head, right? You stay humble, down to earth, that kind of energy. Now let's see what this next card says. We have the World in reverse. Maybe you don't like to travel. Or like I said, there's something here about you getting a lot of attention, you being the center of attention, but it doesn't affect how you treat people, how you move in the world. It doesn't make you jaded. So you could have gone through a lot or experienced a lot of good, success, accolades, money, fame, status, something like that. And instead of it making you someone who's like very jaded, very self-centered, very, you know how some people get diva-y or Donnie for like guys, You stay true to yourself, okay? I'm hearing true to your heart. You must be true to your heart. And then that's when the heavens will part. And baby, shower you with my love. Open your eyes. My heart will tell you no lies. And when you're true to your heart, that's when it's gonna lead you straight to me. So maybe your heart is like very big and it leads all of your people. It leads all of these people. I'm hearing. They said no. It leads all of these people to you. And because people are led to you and you have like a lot of viewers with eyes on you at all times and you're still like humble and sweet and you haven't changed is what I'm hearing. That's what people love about you. So you get a lot of views, a lot of success, whatever, but it hasn't really like gone to your head, okay? And that's beautiful, I would say. So I agree with them. The world in reverse can also mean someone who doesn't like to travel. So you could be someone who's like a very much a homebody, okay? Or you shy away from things. How can I explain it? Like there are certain content creators who you can tell they're not really doing it for the likes. They're just doing it to show their love for something. I'm here, can I show my love for you? So when people show their love for you, they get like very uncomfortable and they find it really cute and endearing and not so much in like a, oh yeah, they better not let it go to their head kind of energy. I'm not getting it like a catty way, even though it could be brought into you in a catty way or you could be thought of in a catty way, because there will always be haters and there will always be people who don't like you just because, okay? So, but this reading is not about them. It's about the people that love you, okay? And the people that love you love that you are always yourself. You don't change no matter how successful and big you get, okay? The world in reverse could also means like you're very quiet with your accomplishments. You're not someone who's like shouting them from the rooftops, because the world upright does also represent the end of a major cycle in your life, okay? And it's like you finally reached the end of what you've been working so hard for. So you went to school for a degree. The world would be finishing your degree. The fool would be starting school in the first place, okay? The fact that we have the world is you always follow things through. You see things through. And not just in your endeavors, but in your connections with people, okay? I'm hearing you give a lot of your time and energy to people and they appreciate that, okay? Or if you don't have much time, the fact that you do make time for the people in your life, they do love that as well. You could be someone who's very busy. Okay, but yeah, the world is like the end of an accomplishment. And so when you always finish these things that you do, or you always earn another goal, or I'm hearing hit another, not landmark, but benchmark maybe, you hit another, I guess we can stick with goal. I don't need to find all these other words. Maybe because you're simple, straight to the point. You're not someone who has to be big and make a whole scene or make a whole thing out of it, okay? So some people, so I guess the best example I could probably use, there are two kinds of people. There are people who want to celebrate their birthday quietly, and there's people who want to go all out and do the most to celebrate their birthday. There's nothing wrong with either of those people, but you're giving the one that, yeah, it's your birthday, you should want all eyes on you, and you should want all the attention, and you should want all of these gifts, but all you want is to have a small dinner with the people you love the most at home where nobody can see you. And then there's the opposite of people who want to go outside, get dressed up, get cute. They need a birthday outfit, birthday makeup, birthday this, a birthday that. They want to tell everybody, it's my birthday, it's my birthday, it's my birthday. And they want all that attention on them, which is, fair. It's their birthday, right? You're the kind of person that if you go out, even if it is your birthday, you're not going to tell someone it's your birthday. You're going to be shouting from the rooftops that it's your birthday so you can get any little ounce of attention or free gifts or free something. You know what I mean? There's two different kinds of people, and you're the person that stays quiet to themselves. You're someone who could be a doctor. You could be, like I said, you have a lot of degrees, you have a lot of money, you have a lot of success in your life, but it's not something that's like the first thing you tell people, because it's not something you really care. It doesn't define you as a person, but it could define other people, which is why they want to shout it and have their birthdays all about them and go out with a big group of friends or have these big blowout events. And I'm just like, I never understood that kind of thing, because I'm like, no, I can't. Like, the attention on me, no thank you, okay? I'm not just going to live my life below the radar, let me mind my business, that kind of energy. But I have like a lot of people around me who love to make a big thing of it. I'm like, appreciate you. Like, I love that for them. You know what I mean? Like, I get to go out and have fun and not be the center of attention because it's their birthday, right? It's good for me. So I win in all areas. But that's the kind of energy coming through for you guys so far. Let me not spend too much time on the cards. Or maybe I should. Let me do me, okay? You do you. And that's the Emperor, literally. I swear I've been having this thought lately. And it's like when I read cards, do I influence what cards come out, or am I really hearing cards that come? Like, see, it's like a, not even like a, I doubt myself, but it's like, it's so weird how you say something and literally a second later, the card that represents the exact thing comes out. And that's my point of thinking, am I the one calling out these cards and they're falling out because of what I'm saying? Or is it actually me picking up on the energies and the cards are coming and I'm saying what's going to come out before the cards come out, Kind of like I'm thinking a little too hard on the subject, but it just always, it baffles me because I'm like, how did I know for real if these cards were going to come out? Or is the energy that I'm placing upon the reading making the cards come out? You know what I mean? Very interesting. So maybe you're like a deep thinker as well. You just sit here and come up with all of these little anecdotes and little side quests and little thought processes and shower thoughts and, real, what is it called? High. Like, when people are under the influence or high or something, they think of all these big thoughts and they're just like, why is 1+1 2? Why is it not 3? Like, things like that, whatever. But that's always my thing lately, because it's been happening more and more. And I'm like, am I the one calling these cards out, or am I picking up on the energy before the cards come out? It's just something that I've been like grappling with. Let me know if you have any thoughts on that. But am I influencing the reading, or am I interpreting the messages before they come out? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? But yeah, the Emperor is definitely someone who's like playing very strategically. And I do believe that could be a reason why you like to be in the shadows, or not even in the shadows. I made it sound like dark and evil. Not that the shadows are dark or evil. But yeah, sorry. The fact that you like to play things cool and coy and you don't like everyone to be in your business. And I feel like when you are overly or constantly placed in the spotlight where everyone is seeing everything about you and you're a whole open book, it's hard for you to surprise people, or it's hard for you to plan your next move when everyone's trying to sit there and figure out what you're doing. So you're definitely giving someone who's very, very private. And that's not usually what I get with the Emperor. I would say that's more so the High Priest. She still could come out, but there's something about that where you want to play your moves in peace and in silence. You don't want people to know what you're doing next, which is why you're not going to be shouting it out from the rooftops, okay? So there could be a bit of you that's like unpredictable, and people love that about you. But the Emperor is definitely Aries energy, so you're very assertive, okay? You could be a little direct, right? The Emperor is all about being the big boss in charge, the head honcho. No one is above him. He is the highest that you can get in the hierarchy, okay? He may have people under him that are powerful, but he is the most powerful person that there is in the tarot and all that. So I feel like you're a very powerful presence, a very powerful person. You can be someone people come and ask for advice or to lead them places. People like, I hate using defer all the time, but people like to ask you things before they do certain things because you have a specific knowledge or experience that they don't. And they get the vibe that, oh, my group wants to know what to do next energy, It's kind of like a child coming asking their father or mother to get ice cream before they go and get ice cream. They know they want ice cream. They know there's ice cream in the freezer, but they know they can't just go and take it. They have to ask for it first. So you could have that kind of like authoritative or authoritarian. I'm hearing totalitarian as well. And I think that's someone who's like it's a government where there's like a dictator. So maybe you're giving dictator vibes. I don't know. And people love that about you because I feel like people feel like they don't have to really not do much. But their brain doesn't really have to be on if you're around because you're making all the decisions. You're telling them where to go next, what to do. It's kind of giving someone who's like a showmaker is what I'm getting. It's like, what's her name? I forget her name, but we're going to use showrunner is one of the places I think. For TV, for example, the showrunner is the person who's casting the show and they're choosing the direction that the show is going. So they write all the episodes and they get to change certain things and do certain things. And that's the kind of person you're giving. So you're the person that's like very nitpicky and saying, hey, you go here and you're standing over here and it's going to make a perfect line and you dance like this and you only accept perfection. You don't accept anything less. And that kind of energy, you're the person that has all the plans ready and made. So when people are with you, they don't really have to think. They're just like, oh yeah, group one says go over here, one go over here, right? We get to be like, not numb. We get to be completely just like children when we're with them because my group ones are giving mom and dad, okay? but definitely very strategic, a strategist is what you're giving. And I'm also hearing, what was the name of the show? The Gambit or something like that. Something's Gambit or whatever. It's the show on Netflix. Queen's Gambit is the name of the show. So you're giving the queen, I believe the whole point of chess, I don't play, I don't know much about it. Just what I've seen in television shows and movies, the queen is the most powerful person on the board, even above the king, okay? And the whole point of the game is to protect the queen. You're moving all these pieces to not let someone get close and not to capture your queen. So that's something that's coming through. You could be very protective as well. The emperor could give that kind of energy. I do think Mars energy is very fierce, protective, fiery, aggressive, okay, assertive, that kind of thing. That could be what people love about you as well. Like, it's giving, if somebody like comes for anybody in your circle, you're the person that's like, who said that to my group, to my person? Who did that to my best friend? And your best friend or your person behind is like, yeah, what she said. Or yeah, what he said. You know, you're the person that's like getting things done and making the moves. And the people in your life are just like following you like, you know, sheep. You know, essentially. Is the vibe that I'm getting. Not to make it seem like, oh, they're sheep and you're the ringleader, but it's giving ringleader vibes for sure. The head of the circus, okay, the one who is the center of the show, everything revolves around them. The showrunner makes the big important decisions. Who ends up with who gets written off the show, that's them. And also I was hearing Mrs. something, I can always forget her name, but the lady from High School Musical, the theater lady, and how she would always be like, not in my show. You know, I think her name like starts with like a D or something or a B, but I always forget. Like, I don't know why I'm hearing like Danbury. I know it's not that. I think Danbury is also, that's funny because Mrs. Danbury is the lady from Bridgerton. And she is also a head honcho. Everyone asks her for advice. Everyone wants to suck up to her because she's very powerful in the tone. Okay? So you guys are giving Mrs. Danbury vibes. Okay? She's rich. She's single. She's powerful. She's very sophisticated. She's independent. She's on her own. She knows all the tea going on. I will always remember, spoiler alert ahead, in season 3, the most recent season, when she told Penelope, when she came out as Mrs. Lady Featherington? No. She came out as Lady Whistledown. And Mrs. Danbury's like, I always knew it was you. And we're just like, what do you mean? Like, you gave no indication you knew who it was. And that is that secret, keeping things to yourself energy coming through. Very strategic. She's like, if you were to ever come out and say anything, I think what she kind of says in the show is, I didn't out you because you never said anything against me. And you were always speaking facts, right? So Mrs. Danbury's like, I knew it was you, but I said nothing because you was speaking facts out here in the ton, okay? And you weren't really saying anything that wasn't really true or untoward, or you weren't targeting me, essentially. But Queen Charlotte had the biggest hard on to uncover Lady Whistledown, and Mrs. Danbury was just chilling. She's like, I already know who it is. And even tell Queen Charlotte that's one of her good friends. And I know the Lady Whistledown was talking mess about her good friend, right? But she didn't really, but like I said, maybe all things warranted. I don't really think Lady Whistledown said anything too bad about Queen Charlotte or anything, you know, damning, you know. But anyway, the energy's coming through. But yeah, that lady from High School Musical, which is always like, my show in theater, and like maybe you're someone's like very expressive or dramatic in that kind of way, you know what I mean? But you carry like a big air. It's a big BDE for my men if you're watching, and it's given like HBIC, head be in charge for my women. It's like you are the toppy top of the food chain. You're the lion eating everybody else. Okay. Now, what do people love about my group ones, please, Spirit? What do they love about my group ones? I swear I'd be taking so long on just a few cards, but I said what I said. My group ones, what do people love? I just saw the Queen of Pentacles, so that's something. The Ten of Pentacles here, yeah, you're stable. You have things going for you. Is that the saying? You have things going for you, I believe it is. You have like a good career, good job, good life. Essentially, you could have a good family. People love your family. Wife, husband, kids, things like that. Mother, father, brother, sister. People think you guys represent like a really strong unit. Or there's something here about you having the potential to make a great mother figure or father figure, or mother or father in general, you know. I do believe you are a mother figure or father figure to the people in your life. Whether you're younger than them or older than them, that's the vibe that's coming through. So people are like, we love that this person gives, like, make us feel safe enough to open up and makes us feel taken care of in that kind of way, you know. Ten of Pentacles also represents generational wealth, okay? Someone who's stable and structured, and it's giving, look, the two parents, the mother and the father, and the child in the middle. So it's kind of like how every friend group has the mama bear or the father or the papa bear kind of vibe is what you're giving in your kind of friend group. And that's what people love about you, or just in general in life. It's the vibe you give. You just take care of people. You step up to the plate. You know, you could be the father or mother they never had. It's something that's coming through as well. Or you could be like a surrogate mother or father where you bring people under your wing and help nurture them. And it makes them feel like a child, whether you're the same age or younger than them. They feel safe, you know. I'm hearing under your wings, under your tutelage, whatever you want to call it. But I did see the Queen of Pentacles come through. It's not coming through anymore, but she was coming through, but she fell back in the deck. But I think the Ten of Pentacles kind of sums that up really well, okay? It's giving like maybe you give like portray a perfect picture of a perfect person if it's not a perfect family. So the person that has everything going for them and they're just like this perfect thing. You could also look really good as well. You carry yourself in that kind of way. You could have a lot of money, you're really rich, and people love that you use your money to take care of people or build foundations or give back. Okay? I was also hearing generous at the beginning of the reading, I'm not going to lie. Before I press play, here we have the Seven of Wands. You protect your peace, you protect your energy. People love that about you as well. You protect yourself, honestly. And I think the whole thing about you not wanting to be in the spotlight is because your energy is very precious and maybe it gets depleted very fast and you don't like that, you know? You don't like to feel very low energy, so you keep up big, high boundaries, and people appreciate you for that. Like, oh, I wish I could hold or attain the same boundaries as my group ones. Okay? And I'm hearing, don't I make it look easy, baby, when I do what I do. So you make what you do look easy, whatever it may be. A profession, a job, your life, everything is what I just heard. Singing, dancing, music, creating, whatever you do, you make it look easy. And people are like, huh? But yeah, you're definitely giving namaste. You can't get into my inner sanctum vibe. She has her bubble up. So definitely someone who's more so on the offense than the defense. You don't have to defend yourself because people never get close enough to be dangerous to you or to become dangerous to you. Ooh, I heard that. Period. That's that Emperor. You have a bunch of, what's the word that I'm looking for? Stalemates? No. Fail safes. I think that's what they're called. You have a bunch of fail safes before anyone can even get to you. It's kind of like booby traps that people get caught in before you let them get too close, to the point where you know they're gonna mess up your energy when they kind of tip over the one fail safe or one booby trap. Then you know, oh, strike one, and before they can even get to you, they get to strike three and they're cut off. Okay, I'm hearing this scene from Pitch Perfect 1 where they're doing the riff off and someone says the wrong word and everyone is like, you are cut off, you know. I didn't do the stomp. You are cut off, you know. And then the group is disqualified because they didn't use the right word or something like that, you know. So you rule with the iron fist. It's definitely giving queen or king of your inner sanctum, inner world, outer world, just world in general, right? And then we have the Justice card. So you're fair, you're balanced. You rule with an iron thumb, an iron fist, an iron all of that. I'm hearing an iron claw. Oh my gosh, maybe you're funny or you like SpongeBob, because I'm hearing the guy from SpongeBob, big, meaty claws. That is the funniest episode freaking ever, bro. That is when everybody comes together to help SpongeBob win like this big tournament showdown thing.
And he's bringing everybody together and they're learning the instruments, learning the song. And then everybody starts fighting for I forget why. And the guy is like, get your big meaty claws or watch where you're going, buddy, or something like that. And he uses big meaty claws and whatever he says. And already I'm giggling as a child, okay? And adults, as a everything, okay? And then Mr. Krabs is like, excuse me, what did you say? Or repeat that. And then he's like, big meaty claws. And I'm like, bro, SpongeBob is the stupidest show ever. So you can have moments of complete like stupidity, and that's for the people who get close to you, honestly. Because as the rest of the energy you're coming off as is not someone who's gonna be like laughing at those things, but you definitely do. So you may have like a very stoic persona or personality, but the people that like really get to know you know that you're also really funny as well, and that's also something they love. You have them laughing and giggling and kicking their feet to the cows come home, child, till kingdom come. But with the Justice card is you're very fair, you're very balanced. I think you judge everyone very fairly and equally. I don't think you misjudge or you cast judgment on people because you're not someone who wants that judgment casted back on you. It's kind of like treat others how you would want to be treated. So you're very nice, you're very kind, you're overall pleasant individual to be around. If that makes any sense, you're helpful, you're funny. Okay, you don't let anything go to your head. You can get a lot of compliments and people see how you kind of like brush it off or say, thank you, you're very gracious is what I'm getting. And you don't let it get to your head, you know? Big meaty claws. Oh my gosh, the SpongeBob creators are wild for that, bro. And that's what you're giving as well. You probably make funny jokes or you say things randomly and you like say it with the utmost seriousness, but people still like laugh and think it's funny. You're like, I wasn't making a joke though. Like, I'm serious. And they're like, oh, you're funny. And you're like, but I'm serious. So I'm not even making a joke. What do you mean? Is the energy coming through? Now, we have the Nine of Cups, okay? So maybe the way you're able to manifest whatever you want or you make yourselves and others' wishes come true, there could be something here about you helping other people manifest their dreams or get to their dream job, dream position. You know, maybe you help them realize their dreams in general. You know what I mean? People ask you questions like, I feel like that's something that I learned, or not learned, but heard like a few years ago, and I thought it was genius. Where it's like if you're lost and you don't really know where to go, ask your friends what do they think you would excel at, because they know you the best outside of yourself, even your family. Especially if you spend more time with your friends and family, ask your friends. Sorry, I'm talking too much. What career or path do you think would be best for me? And they can kind of like give you some insight and ask them, not don't just tell them to tell you a career, say why. What traits do I show that would make me good at that job? And just have a conversation about it. Those are for my people who are lost, but I think that's the kind of vibe you bring. And I feel like the advice you give is like so wholesome and so true, so honest, okay? I'm hearing so unbiased, so helpful, that you like have helped many people find their dream job or feel inspired to go after their dreams, because that could be something that you do. That emperor coming through, the way you're in charge of your own life. You know, you're the pilot of your own life. Okay, we're not gonna get into that again. Okay, that Zach and Cody episode, the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody episode, is coming through, where it's the pilot your life or whatever, where the motivational speaker comes to the hotel and like tells them, if you can believe it, you can conceive it, you can achieve it, kind of energy, and sends Cody on this big rampage trying to help everyone. And then he starts walking around the hotel and telling people, if you can believe it and you can conceive it, you can achieve it. And then everybody's like quitting their job and trying to go after their dream job. And Mr. Mosby's like mad at him because he's like, I think Esteban quits, Maddie quit, a few people quit because it's like, Cody told us to be the pilot of our own life. And it's like that kind of energy. And I'm like, of course you don't want to like, Cody didn't want Mr. Mosby to lose his employees, but he was seeing them not happy and not living their dream, and he was telling them, inspiring them, because he was inspired to follow their dreams, and he kind of inspired them to do that. Is the energy coming through? That episode was funny, I'm not even gonna lie, but the Nine of Cups kind of gave that energy. Okay, With the Justice card always representing the sword of truth. You tell truth, you don't lie, you're very upfront and straightforward, and you're good at giving advice or putting things into perspective for people, okay? So maybe you use examples or your own life experience or what you've learned, and from, you use the inspiration that other people have afforded you to give that to other people, is the energy that I'm getting. So that's the vibe coming through for you guys with the tarot cards. I'm going to get some oracle cards here. Okay, already. We have the gazelle, change and purity. And that you have the purest intentions, honestly. Like there could be a sense of like innocence to you, not fully, because you're coming through as the emperor and he's very much like demanding and, a little bit my way or the highway, or he's a leader, the person in charge for a reason, because he's been bred for this. Emperors and kings and queens and princesses and princes were born into royalty, and it's their job from youth to be put in the proper classes and to be taught proper etiquette and to eat properly, so you can be like very intelligent, how to say the right words, eat with the right utensils, it's giving like, bread in high society maybe, or you just give off that vibe, very sophisticated, with the Justice card coming through as well. And Ten of Pentacles, you kind of give off like worldly vibes, which is why the world did come out. But it came out in reverse because you don't give those vibes right off the bat. You give someone who's worldly, intelligent, knows how to eat with the right forks and spoons and knives. You dress really well, but then you're also someone who's like down to earth and you're approachable. You don't let these things get to your head, even if you do have the money and the status and stuff like that. Here we have Scarab, nourishment, and transformation. You provide nourishment to others. That's the Ten of Pentacles as well. I'm hearing droplets of like wisdom, kernels of wisdom. Maybe you feed the hungry. But the scarab is like giving me diamond in the rough. But it's also giving me like prize, beloved jewel. I'm also hearing bejeweled, so maybe like to wear like a lot of jewelry. Or you always have expensive jewelry. People love that about you as well. It's kind of giving, I want to be this person, is what I'm getting. I'm hearing the song that I was listening to earlier. She's All I Want to Be by Tate McRae. It's like, stupid boy making me so sad. Who would think it would hurt this bad? She's got everything that I can't have. How could I ever compete with that? One day you'll go and change your mind. One day the thing will be done with mine. She's got everything that I don't have, but she's all I want to be. She's all I want to be so bad. And basically, I do believe he's like, you want the girl with the small waist and the something smile, someone who's out every weekday in her daddy's car. You know what I mean? Who can take you to her big fancy house. And the song is basically about her being jealous of a girl who has a smaller waist than her, who doesn't have to work for a living, who has a big nice house, and she's comparing herself to that girl. So you could be that girl that girls compare themselves to and want to be, or something like that. But the song is She's All I Want to Be. We have cunning and stealth. That already came through with the Emperor, right? You're very strategic about who you let in, who you tell your secrets. And you do come off like very mysterious and hard to read with the moon behind the wolf. And wolves are very scary and intimidating their predators, okay? So you give off, like I said, lion vibes, lion, head of the jungle, head of the pack kind of energy. Now we have lion, literally, I'm done. See what I said earlier? Did I mean mentioning it make the card come out, or was I picking up on it before it came out? Something I've been thinking about. It's just like so trippy to me. But anyway, we have strength and we have success. You have pride. Maybe your pride is also something people love about you. Or you take pride in all the things that you do. And here we have witch. Wow, so you could be a witch. And we had witch, and I was saying something about manifestation to make people's dreams come true with the Nine of Cups. Okay? I'm hearing you're a way maker. This is so cute. I love how people view you or what they love about you. We have magic and we have curse. It's kind of giving that whole Seven of Wands thing. Only the people who are like not deemed worthy, I would say. People who are only deemed worthy get close to you. And everyone who isn't is kind of like not close to you. And people see being beside you as like a blessing. And then some people could see it as a curse because it's like you're constantly comparing yourself to someone who's like perfect or dang near perfect, you know? So definitely that. People are intimidated by your success for sure. The fact that you're able to make your dreams come true, go after what you want. You're not someone who's scared and timid and afraid of what will be or what will come. You're just like, I'm going to experience life to the fullest. Okay? Let's get these cards from this deck and see what they love most about you. We can maybe get some factors, some looks coming through. Looks for looks, what they love about your looks. Interesting. Maybe you like to wear a lot of blush. You have really nice eyebrows. Your hair is coming through, especially if you're someone who has dreads or you have like grays in your hair. Your curls are coming through for sure. The way you dress, very sophisticated, grown woman, grown man. The color in your hair, because there's a girl here with blue hair, and blue is also coming through in the scrab. So sapphire could be important. I know sapphire is September birthstone, so Virgo or Libra vibes coming through, and Libra is coming through in the justice. So yeah, very refined, sophisticated. I'm hearing a refined palate, so you can only eat specific things, where you can afford to eat expensive things. But you're definitely giving born and bred in like high society, whether you were or weren't. That's the energy people love about you, because you give it off whether you were born in it or not. Now here we have Master Buddha, increased awareness. So you're very self-aware of yourself and others. Very aware. Here we have deep connection, trust your inner voice. People love your deep connection with yourself and how you always trust your inner voice. That's something coming through for you guys. Okay. Your fingers can be very pretty and petite is what I'm getting as well. They're very cute, okay? Very well taken care of, okay? It's not giving long, nails, but it could be for some of you. As long as it's taken care of and it looks like, cute, it's the vibe I'm getting. Here we have hope, love, and acceptance. And it says, love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. So the way you recognize your worth, you know your worth, guys. And that worth is divine. So there's something here about divine purpose, with which coming through you could showcase or exhibit like spiritual like tendencies, wearing crystals, stuff like that. That shows that you're involved in the occult or just spiritual matters in general. You know what I mean? Here we have the meditation coming through, Seven of Wands. You could be someone who meditates. But that's like a way of always checking in with you, yourself, where you're at, and like your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides as well. But choose loving thoughts is the energy that's like amplified towards me. So you give off a very loving energy, and people feel it. You have amazing eyebrows, guys. That keeps coming through. Amazing eyebrows. Maybe some of you have gauges, because we have this person with like long ears, and he has holes in his ears. If you look close enough, there's like holes. So there's someone who has gauges in their hair. I'm hearing there's something here about your pattern or texture of your hair. Pattern could also be important. Maybe your pattern of behaviors, what you do, your everyday life, stuff like that. But the pattern is also an app, an astrology app. It used to be better, I would say, because now they want to charge for everything, which I don't really blame them for. But it's like, it's annoying now. But it used to be more free things available. Now everything is like you have to pay for it, and every little thing's like a cash grab, what they call it, But just to each your own. I'm not really mad at it, but it's like it used to be better for people who couldn't afford to like buy everything or pay for everything. But Pattern is a really great app for like astrology people who want to know and dig deeper into their chart. They get, even though it isn't as free as it used to be, they're still quite insightful. Despite that, okay? Here we have Mary Magdalene, Teacher Awakened. This is a beautiful card. I've never gotten her. And it's funny because recently I've been hearing more about her in like readings, or I don't know what it was that I was like watching, but she's been coming out a lot. And I'm like, as someone who grew up in a Christian household, I never knew that Jesus' like soulmate or twin flame was Mary. It wasn't a reading. I'm trying to remember who. It was like a few readers, which is funny because I love when topics keep coming up. That's my sign to like delve deeper and learn more about it. I haven't learned more about Mary Magdalene yet, but there could be a special connection you have to any of these people. Hope, which is like just hope, and then Master Buddha. Buddha could be something, but it's giving a master. You're a master at certain things. Your craft, okay. I'm hearing manipulation. Oh, okay. Or you're the master of perception is also what I'm hearing. But Mary Magdalene, I think, is I didn't know she just had a lover. I had no idea, and that's what she's giving. But it says you have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. That's you guys right there. You've answered the call. You've answered the call. You know that's that awareness coming through, and the love and acceptance you have for yourself. That could be something you're helping others to do as well. That could be your calling, to help others understand themselves better, because you understand yourself so fully. You can help them do the same. To do the work. It ain't easy out here, but if you do the work and you keep checking in with yourself, it's not that hard. Okay. But don't let anything stop you. That's that Emperor energy coming through. We kind of went over that. You don't let anything stop you or much stop you. So it's kind of giving unbreakable. I'm hearing I'm hearing that song my grandma always be singing at the house. I'm like, shut up. It's like, sing the unsingable, break the unbreakable. Da, da. It's a church song. Y'all know she heavy in the church, y'all. She's like, yeah, break the unbreakable. We run around the house singing off key. I'm like, can you be quiet, bro? Like, get on my nerves. If you're gonna sing it, at least sing it properly. You just out here singing it off key and loud. I'm like, okay, praise your God, go off, but dang, you can't do it more in tune or something. But anyway, yeah. But that song is coming through. I don't know if you know the song or that's coming through for a reason. But it's like, shame the unshameable, break the unbreakable, move the immovable. I think she's saying that's what God can do, right? And that could be you in his image doing the same thing out here in the world. So that could be important for some of you, okay? Let's get these dice before we leave. I feel like the dice is like a whole 10-minute thing, bro. Let me try to like speed through. I might have to do a reading with just dice one day, because these dice will have me talking for a good maybe look more into Master Buddha and Mary Magdalene. Maybe their stories kind of mirror yours, and their path is your path. So Master Buddha, deep connection, trust your inner voice, that was his path. And then we have Mary Magdalene, she was a teacher, that's her path. Increased awareness and teaching is your, and then love and acceptance is also like your thing people love most about you. Which I love, it's coming through like a what people love about you reading. And that's that Libra justice energy coming through. You accept everyone, right? You make everyone feel comfortable. Here we have fifth house. This is Libra energy coming through, but it's giving romance, okay? It's giving playful. It's giving fun. It's giving creative, artistic, right? I'm hearing the dreams in your head became real or become real. That manifestation coming through. We have seventh house, so romantic partners and connections. Fifth house is also dating as well. Okay, romance and dating is coming through. It's also kids, the house of kids. So kids can be important for you guys, or your children specifically, not just kids in general. I mean, I think kids in general, because like a very playful, childlike spirit you could have as well. But seventh house is Libra coming through again. It's giving aesthetic. It's giving marriage, long-term connections, contracts, marriage, all that kind of stuff. Here we have North Node, so it's giving destiny. People love that you are so on the right path, is what I'm hearing. You are so entrenched or involved or enveloped by your destiny. So you're someone who's found your destiny. You're moving like very steadily towards it, okay? Now, the next one we have is the sun. Look how beautiful. This is the sun. It's giving Leo energy, which came through the lion and the wolf. So you're definitely giving like very scary, predatory vibes. And for some people, okay, it's giving this person's going to rip me limb from limb. If I play around, if I F around and find out, I'm going to find out with them for sure. But the sun someone's very bright, very positive, energy giving, very reassuring, okay? Someone who could be like very attractive, very much in their yang energy, not masculine, but in the yang energy of creation, of making things happen, right? Here we have Virgo coming through officially. I think I mentioned Virgo because the Sapphire coming through. So some of you could be a Virgo, okay? Or you're more conservative or refined or sophisticated. All those words I could use to describe Virgo. You're demure, mindful, very demure, very mindful, very cutesy, okay? That could be what people love about you as well. Especially with the fifth house coming through, you could be like, you look very young or something like that, Oh boy, my back is hurt. That's funny. Because you carrying all these weights on your shoulder. Now my back is hurting for your reading. That would make a lot of sense. You have like a lot of responsibility in your life, or your destiny has a lot of people's responsibilities. Or how can I make that sound better and make more sense? Your destiny involves carrying a lot of people and burdens on your back. So it makes sense that my back is hurting, okay? I'm hearing because from carrying all this ASS. Okay, that could be something as well. People love your booty, okay? And maybe Aquarius, you're progressive thinking, you're progressive mind, okay? You're very friendly, you're very open, you love having conversations, discussing things, having debates. Like if you have someone come up to you and disagree with you, you're willing to discuss instead of telling them you're wrong. You know what I mean? Aquarians love to have those kinds of talks. Okay, you make people want to be better. The Aquarian is the higher thinker. It's the progressive mindset. But they're also the humanitarian, I think I said already. So they help people is the vibe coming through for you. So is the Virgo energy. The Virgos are acts of service. People love, and I said that for you at the beginning of your reading. Acts of service was coming through for what people love about you. So maybe the other things are true as well. Your sense of style, okay, stuff like that. You dress really well, and I would say you do. I would say you do, for sure. You could look really good in yellow because that's coming through here. That's sun energy coming through again. And then we have Mary Magdalene, which is all red and roses and beauty, okay? So you can be very beautiful, very attractive energy. And people love that about you as well. But, ooh, not me moving it to Scorpio now. No, it was at Aquarius right there. Aquarius. Yeah, they're all about the future. So very futuristic. I'm also hearing they're about the stars and astrology and systems and putting systems into place. And that could be something you're doing as well. So you're here for a reason. I'm also hearing starseed. So that could be something that you're resonating with as well. Astrology could be something you're big on and people love that about you. You're very much into the stars and how they work and deciphering very convoluted, hard to interpret messages. Absolutely what people love about you. Things that would be, like I said, you make it look easy. Things that would be hard for other people, you make it look easy. It's because your mind works different. It's like light years above or centuries above what other people are doing, you know? So maybe there could be something here about your Aquarius placement in your chart being very important, wherever that may be. I know the 11th house is Aquarius, so your 11th house could be important to you, or your purpose in general, or what people love about you. And the 11th house represents networking, getting to know people, friends, the internet, social media, content creating coming through once again, social media. So your social media could be important, and how people view you based on your social media is important to what they love about you, okay? But I'm going to end your reading right here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. Use my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see gorgeous people in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 2, option 2, you know the whole spiel. However you got here, welcome to your reading. Today's reading is going to be about what do people love the most about you, or what they love about you. Okay, what do people love about you? Yeah, that sounds right. So maybe you're impatient and they find that cute, endearing. Maybe you're straightforward to the point. Before I was starting the reading and I was shuffling the deck, I caught the death card, which is Scorpio energy. Okay, I'm hearing your intention. Okay, your intentions are what people love about you. Maybe you have pure intentions, or people don't know your intentions all the time. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Death card is giving Scorpio, so your intensity, okay? And the death card in this deck is most specifically a person hidden behind, like they have a hood on. Their whole body and head is shielded, but what you can see is this whole like spooky wood, and it's like diving deep into like the most deepest person you've ever seen, diving deep into the scariest forest, the thrill of getting to know you, okay? And then after that, the bottom of the deck was the Two of Wands. So you always have a plan, is what I'm hearing. So you could be the person who comes up with the plans, or you always have a plan B, and that's what people love about you. And then at the bottom of the deck, which is right now, we have, oh wait, it's not. See the Two of Wands that I was telling you about? But at the actual bottom of the deck, we have the moon. Okay? And the moon is your depth and your emotions and your honesty as well. So your ability to get deep with people, to connect very deeply with people and their emotional selves. Okay? I'm also hearing that you don't really judge people if they feel too much or feel too little. You just live and let live. Okay? You don't like try to make people assimilate to any specific way of thinking, which is why we have the Two of Wands. It's like you can be this, you can be that, it doesn't really matter. But she's looking out at the scene in the clouds. So your head, you're always in the clouds, you're always thinking about something, you're always scheming. So you can have like a very playful, devil may care kind of energy or attitude. But your head is always in the clouds, like always dreaming of the next best thing, always thinking of what you can do next kind of energy. You don't stop. So when I first saw this, I was thinking like you're very forward thinking, but that did come through in group one. But I can say it again, why not? You know, yeah, the Two of Wands is someone who's making a decision and deciding to do something. Okay, someone who has two options laid in front of them. They're decisive in their decision making. Okay. I'm hearing decisive, not divisive. So yeah, if people make decisions you don't like, you don't judge them for it. You don't make them feel bad. That's definitely an energy coming through for you guys. But let's get into what people love about you. That was a long spiel. But yeah, like I said in the beginning, I was like, you already know what to do. Just come and do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I'll be saying, and how have you got here? Like, let's cut out the middleman. We know what we're here for, okay? So maybe very no nonsense. Like I said, straight to the point energy. But today we're going to be going over what do people love about you. Yeah, you don't really talk. You may not be much of a talker, is what I'm getting. The moon is someone who's always stuck in their own emotions. Maybe someone's like a very sensitive soul. I'm hearing, I'm a sensitive soul, though I seem thick-skinned. And it hurt that my friends never stood downwind. And all the shame, he was ashamed. Thought of changing my name. Oh, what's in the name? And I got downhearted. How did you feel? Anytime that I Pumbaa, not in front of the kids. Hakuna Matata. So you see how you go from being this emotional person who's full on to Hakuna Matata, which means no worries. What a wonderful phrase. He's regaling the story. So maybe use big fancy words, but he's regaling the story of how he came to be with Timon, to Pumbaa. No, to Simba. Anyway, and he's like how I ran away from home because everyone always judged me for what I did. So maybe, like I said, you're a very free thinking, free flowing kind of person, very progressive, very liberal kind of stuff, and people love that because they don't feel judged. Or I'm hearing oppressed. I'm like, what's the word? Oppressed by you, okay? But yeah, Pumbaa went from being and all the shame to Hakuna Matata. So that could be your energy as well, okay? That could be that Two of Wands coming through as well. You go from one extreme to the next, or one thing to the next really quickly. And I'm seeing 444 right now, so that could be important as well. The 444 is a number of stability, of structure, of feeling safe with someone. So I do feel like people, they know their emotional, like I said, selves are safe with you. So people can open up and be their silly selves, their goofy selves, their serious selves. And you're just someone that people feel safe being who they are. I'm hearing, we are who we are. Tonight we're going dumb, 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 dumb. Our body's going numb, 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 numb. We'll be forever young, 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 young. You know we're superstars. We are who we are by Cashapp. So maybe you're very like, ooh, like Kesha was in that time in her life. You know, she's kind of sobered a lot since then. But that's the two extremes of her. We have the extreme Kesha who first came out. She was young, wanted to live life. Now we have the extremes. So maybe people love your maturity, your emotional progression, how you went from being like very maybe frivolous and not really caring about your emotions, now being like a very deep thinker, philosophic in a way, okay? Philosophy or philosophy is giving me Sagittarius. You're asking the big questions of why are we here? Who am I? So you went from someone who was a potential wild child. That could be my confirmation. Sorry for telling you shut up. See, someone who's like very like reactive, like shut up. And then I felt bad. Okay, I'm sorry for telling you shut up. Those are the two extremes of you, and that's what people love about you. But that's what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. You go from being someone who's very just like life of the party, wanting to do things loud. You didn't really want to listen to anyone. Like I said, wild child kind of energy to now someone who is more asking the questions of why are we here? Why were we born? What is my mission in life? You know, so maybe you went from shallow to deep, and that could be something that people are loving about you. Your progression as a person. Okay. Now we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So maybe you love to do things on your own and you wouldn't really let anybody help you. Could be something coming through. Hold on, you like to do things by yourself. You don't really let anybody help you, and now maybe people are able to help you some more. Or you went from being a loner to being a popular loner, or to you went from being someone who preferred to be on their own to now letting people in more. So yeah, from closed off to open, essentially, is what the Five of Pentacles is giving me. You went from being sad and lonely, sad and alone, to maybe sad and not lonely. That doesn't mean you don't have to be sad anymore, but you stop maybe pushing people away or being immature. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you stopped pushing people away and started like doing some healing work. So people love that you have healed, okay? And that's a very beautiful thing. Don't think of it as, oh, that's all they love. More things will come through, okay? But it's giving people love the progression they've seen you make. I'm hearing the upward trajectory. They love the healing, okay? I'm hearing the self-acknowledgement, the self-respect, the self-awareness, right? Even maybe the self-pitying and self-sacrificing part of you. All things that have to do with the self. But yeah, maybe, yeah, you're sacrificing certain things in your life to, you know, become a better person. Maybe you sacrifice going out and having fun, having a childhood to be responsible and take care of your siblings, to take care of your parents. Like, you forfeited those things in life. That's like a rite of passage to be the responsible adult, and you grew up too fast. This is getting deep really quickly. Wow. And people are loving that about you and appreciating it about you, because where some people would throw it back in your face and say, well, I gave up this and I did that. You're kind of like, you took the L. There's nothing you can do. You can't get your youth back. What you can do is heal your inner child now, and that could be something you're doing as well. But yeah, you've made a lot of progress. Look at where he started, and now he's all the way here. He's, you know, laid a steady, stable foundation for himself. And I'm hearing Hamilton. I'm trying to remember what specific song it is coming through, but there's something here about, it could be his hurricane song. I'm dedicating every day to you. Domestic life was never quite my style. When you smile, you lift me up, I fall apart, and I thought I was so smart. You something enough, and if you build a strong enough foundation, we'll be there right for you. We'll fill the world for you, and you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday. There's the Doja from Hamilton is coming through. And if you lay a strong enough foundation, we'll risk it all for you. We'll give the world to you, and you'll blow us all away. So you laid the right foundation work in your life, and now you're blowing people away. Like, I know it's a Hamilton song, and I was saying something about laying a strong foundation, and then that song came through. But yeah. Dear Theodosia, what to say to you? You have your smile, you have your mother's eyes. That's not the part's coming through. Hamilton's part, that song is coming through. But yeah. Ooh, Philip, when you smile, I am undone. My son, look at my son. Pride is not the word I'm looking for. There is so much more inside me now. Philip, you outshine the morning sun. My son, when you smile, you knock me out, I fall apart, and I thought I was so smart. You'd come of age with our young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right for you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we'll risk it all for you. We'll give the world to you, and you'll blow us all away. So in that song, he's saying we're risking all these things and doing all these things to watch our children grow up and have a better life than we did. So that's definitely coming through. So when people love the parent that you are, the foundations you set from youth to now, the example you're setting for your children if you do have kids, if not, the example you're setting for younger people who may look up to you or come after you is what's coming through. But that's beautiful. I'm glad I stopped and decipher the song a little bit more, because there was definitely a message there. With Dear Theodosia is the perspective of Aaron Burr and Hamilton after their kids have been born. And now it's like, but Philip, when you smile, I am undone. My son, look at my son. Pride is not the word I'm looking for. So maybe when you had kids, you became softer and you realized all the mistakes you've made and you trying to become a better person ever since. Maybe that could be coming through for somebody, okay? That's going to be very specific, but laying strong enough foundations and you make things right. You stand up for what you believe in could be something that's coming through as well. Here we have the Eight of Pentacles, the way you work really hard to build and become who you are, okay? And it's pissing me off that I cleaned off the table right before I started the reading, and me just like touching it, it's like making it all fingertippy again. Like, it made no sense to clean it. Like, how dare you? Anyway, yeah. The way you work for the things that you have and the way you put your all into something. Because I recently learned that the Eight of Pentacles is the Sun in Virgo tarot card. That's why it's useful to watch other tarot readers' channels. Let me stop. I always learn stuff, and I love learning. You could love learning as well. But that can be the Eight of Pentacles. You love learning and trying new things. So you're very, like, new experiency. It's the best way that I can put it without trying to find the actual word, okay? But yeah, I just realized that this is the Sun in Virgo because it's the mastery card. Is you want to become the best of the best at something. And that's something you're dedicating your life to fighting crime. I'm so sorry. And the forces of evil. That is something you're dedicating your life to. Yeah, you're definitely all over the place because I am extra all over the place right now. Maybe people could love like your ADHD or something, because it's crazy. And at this point, like I usually am this kind of like all over the place squirrel kind of person sometimes, but it's really prominent in this reading. So that could be something people love about you as well. Okay, you're boundless, your energy. You can never sit still. But as I was saying, I was watching a reading, and I believe it was a Lotus Talks Tarot reading, and she said that this is the Sun in Virgo card, the Mastery card. So maybe some of you have a Sun in Virgo, okay? It might do me some good to learn the astrology behind the tarot. I have to get a deck that helps me learn along the way. That's how I learn, gradually, not all at once. But anyway, that's not enough about me, Lord. Yeah, your mastery, the way you give your all to certain things. You give your all to people. You give your all to your work especially, because we have the Eight of Pentacles, and Pentacles has to do with like foundations, of course. Maybe you have an actual foundation. You made a nonprofit foundation to help better the world. Now, there's something I want to say, but I'm going to get caught if I do. So essentially, there's this person that I used to talk to, right? He was very grown man-y and had a child. And now his child has built a foundation to help, what is it called? Like climate change. So she's big on sustainable clothing, like buying, not hand-me-down clothes, but clothes that are like fast fashion. She's against it. And she made like a company. And she's like still so young, like, younger than me, like just, by a good, maybe, I don't know how many years, but, and she like went to college, she did her big one, started a foundation, now she's all over the world, becoming her own CEO, and it's based on a passion that she had that she didn't give up and kept going and kept moving. And it's basically to help climate change, like no fast fashion, sustainable living, sustainable clothing. I think that's what the basis was about, a brief summary. But she built a foundation to help in the fight against climate change. Even though we're kind of like to the point of no return, too far gone, there are still people who believe we can make the smallest of differences to help stem it if we can't change it or prevent it, right? And I'm trying not to say that because nobody like... Anyway, done. I said what I said. But yeah, that's what's coming through. Where you started a foundation, you're young. People may think that it was, you just did this to do it. No, she's been building upon it. She's been in like big publications and she's been on the news about it. And I'm just like feeling secondhand pride. So I'm like, I may not be with your dad no more, or we like, you know, but I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? I'm proud of you. Like, you just feel that sense of like preening and pride over something that you've done and something that you've built. Okay, but hush, don't tell nobody. Like, I really be super sleuthing, child. You need to cut super sleuthing. Like, I gotta find something out. I'm the friend you come to find things out, because I will find things. Like, don't play with me. But yeah, that's my stalkery side. We've all been there. Don't judge me. Shoot. Anyway, yeah. Maybe you're someone who's like a stalker, because that death card can very well give stalker. Right? Someone who's hiding behind their hood. People can't really see their face. They don't know who they are really. They don't really show or get vulnerable, or they're that themselves that much. You know? I'm trying to see if it'll come through. It's right here. This is the card I was talking about. It's like everything else is hidden except this bright star that you see beneath the hood, but you still can't see the face, but you can see the vision, right? That's coming through. The moon is coming through again, right by the death card. That's very interesting. So you definitely do feel a lot, very deep. Maybe you're very intuitive. Maybe you're able to pick up on certain things, or maybe you're good at finding stuff as well. Because these cards are coming through again. Even though I went looking for them, but still they were right next to each other. So, you know, it's giving meant to be. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, that's what I meant by like starting a foundation, or like starting something, not really knowing where it's going to go, but putting your whole foot into it. Adding that extra seasoning, going the extra mile, doing things that other people would not do, which is why you're successful at it and they're not. Now, there could be a little spiritual air to you, because this Eight of Pentacles always does give you that as well. So maybe you're someone that people know to buy the Palo Santo, you're buying the herbs, you know what I mean? I'm hearing Yerba Santa, I'm hearing Dragon's Blood, you're buying the lavender, you're buying the cinnamon, you're buying the freaking cloves, you're buying the bay leaves, you know what I mean? You're using candle magic, and you're practicing and honing your craft. If you're someone who's of a spiritual nature, you're doing all those things. You're studying runes, reading up on spirituality. I love how Lotus Tara already mentioned her, how she combines spirituality and psychology and a bunch of things that I love as well. So that's why I feel called and connected to her, because I'm into psychology and also astrology, then human design, then, you know, enneagrams, and using all that knowledge that you have to make a tarot reading better, and not just making it about Eight of Pentacles, you're a master, Knight of Wands, you know how to have fun. Like, no, you're making things more like you're going in depth. Okay, you're giving people your time and your energy and your expertise, and that's something people appreciate, your expertise. But yeah, I love how she combines all those things in one reading, and it's based on the knowledge she's learned over her whole lifetime. But there's a bunch of things that she loves that she's combining into this one arts and crafts. Not arts and crafts, Lord Jesus, maybe you're good at arts and crafts, but she's combining all the things she loves into this one craft that she's been honing over the years, and she continues learning new things as she has her channel and keeps adding and growing and building upon that. So that's what this is definitely giving me. Someone who's burning the sage, someone who's meditating, someone who's praying, someone who's reading up all the spiritual books, you know, who's very big on protecting their energy as well, who's lighting the candles, who maybe have all the herbs, you know, in their house, and the friends to know who to come to if they need a concoction, or they need a poultice, or they need a specific spell, or a specific to set a specific intention, and you're the friend. Come to me, my child. Hold on, I'm gonna do the voice. Come to me, my child. Like, you're an old wise elder, and you're gonna light your candle. What do you need help with? Give me your hands. Maybe you're doing seances. Maybe you're doing Ouija boards. Maybe you're doing stuff like that, and people are like, oh yeah, this is the person I come to get my spiritual kicks, right? And that's who you are, and that's what people love. You can talk day in and day out about all the things that you love. It could be any of those mediums: astrology, sociology, psychology, psychotherapy. It could be human design. It could be any of those things. It could be runes. It could be I'm hearing mythology. All those things you love, and it could be all of them, honestly. And the fact that you like put your foot into all those things and learn, and you become this person who's like a master. I was gonna say semi-master. No, you become a master at these things. Okay. So what do people love about my group twos, please? Spirit, all the knowledges of and the kernels that you've picked up and learned along the way. The Knight of Pentacles is on a lifelong journey of wisdom and growth, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is willing, he knows it's going to take him a long time to get where he wants to go, but you're still willing to put in the work. And that's what these two cards back to back could mean. You know it's going to take you a while to get to your destination, but your dream is so big and it's so nagging and you don't want to give it up that you're going to, you know, make, even if every step is painful, you're going to make every step, okay? I'm hearing you're going to take every step. And then the song was coming through. Oh, I am hopeful, yes I am hopeful for today. Like this music and music, and it touch you away, and it I don't know the exact name of that song, but that song was coming through. And then I'm hearing every breaking wave on the shore tells the next one there'll be one more. Every sailor knows that to lose is what we're really there for. Do 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 do. It's hard to live with inadequacy, and like something knows that every sailor knows that the sea is a friend made enemy. But that song is Every Breaking Wave by what is it called? U2. So not every sailor, it was every gambler knows that to lose is what you're really there for. But basically, yeah, the song's like a very beautiful song by U2. Don't ask me how I know it. I was never a U2 girly, but I feel like a while ago, it has to be like at least 10 or like 5 years ago, or like it had to be a while ago. U2 released an album, okay? And Apple immediately, without asking our permission, downloaded that album onto every Apple every Apple Music, every Apple person who used music phone. And I'm like, what the bumba? But I started vibing to the songs, and I'm like, oh, okay. And from that album that we all just got for free, for no rhyme or no reason, I ended up loving the song from that. I'm like, Apple, you're giving people a free album that we didn't even ask for. It was immediately downloaded to every person's, from what I know. And I'm like, can't explain it, okay? But anyway, it says every breaking wave on the shore tells the next one there'll be one more. And every gambler knows that to lose is what you're really there for. Summer, I was fearlessness. Now I speak into an answer phone, like every falling leaf on the breeze, winter wouldn't leave it alone. If you go, hey, if you go your way and I go mine, are we so, are we so helpless against the tide? It's such a bop, bro, but it took me a minute to get to that point. So we love that for me. We love that for us. The song is really good, I promise you. But, and then it goes to say, and every sailor knows that the sea is a friend of an enemy. I said that part already. And every shipwrecked soul knows what it is to live without intimacy. I thought I heard the captain's voice, but it's hard to listen while you preach. Like every broken wave on the shore, this is as far as I can reach. Okay. But give the song a listen. You may find a deeper message, or there may be something specific to the whole lyrics that stands out to you. But I think maybe this song, people would describe you as this song, because who is sitting there thinking, like, writing a song like this? Like, it's like it's trying to describe the human condition in a song. You know what I mean? But anyway, and it's kind of giving that anthropologist vibe that was coming through in the reading that I was doing about your future lover. How anthropology is the want or need to understand the human condition, essentially, and why things happen, why people act this way, studying history, the past, present, trying to study the future to have an understanding of certain things. And that's that depth of you coming through. But anyway, back to the reading. Sorry, I got distracted. It happens from time to time. Welcome to my channel. Hello. What do people love about my group 2s? Please, Spirit, what do they love about my group 2s? You're a hard worker. We have the Tower in reverse. Ooh, I'm hearing that you're a certified crash out. I'm screaming. Okay. So you be crashing out, huh, group 2? Don't we all? Let me stop. The Tower card is definitely a crash out card, child. Like everything in your life is going wrong, but the way you turned it into a positive is what I'm hearing. You know what I mean? Like you gonna have a crash out for sure, right? And there is this video. I'm sorry I keep going left, but this is a perfect video where it's like where you say what the F is going on in life in the most sophisticated way. There's this opera singer who made a video on I believe it could be TikTok or it could be Instagram, but every opera singer guy is kind of duetting with her video. I'll find it if you guys want me to and link it if you want to hear what I'm saying. But she's like she's singing in her opera voice like what the F, and then the guy's like harmonizing with her, and just like she's crashing out essentially because she keeps asking what the F is going on, what the F is this, what the F, what the F, what the F, whatever. And every time she says it, she says it in a different key, and the guys are like what is it called, harmonizing with her, and it sounds beautiful and glorious, but it's also still a crash out, right? So you make it look glorious. And now I'm hearing the song by Ella Henderson. We've got flaws in all of us, but that's what makes us glorious, so maybe you help people embrace their flaws, you've embraced your flaws, right? It's like crash out and make it cute. Okay. And now I'm hearing attitude, now walk off. Okay, so maybe you have a good attitude, okay, or maybe you have an attitude people love that about you. Okay, maybe you ask questions, maybe you question people, maybe you don't take things at face value. People tell you something, you're like, why? You ask questions. But anyway, we have the Nine of Cups. Maybe you're also someone like very tender hearted, very open, very emotional. You could have a lot of tattoos. You could have like very dreamy, big Piscean eyes. Okay. I'm hearing puppy dog eyes. But it's definitely giving romantic at heart. What's that song? Is it Silver and Gold? Silver and Gold. It means so much more, but whatever. The song that's coming through is Silver and Gold. I don't know who sings it, but it's like an old-timey song. And then also Young at Heart by Frank Sinatra. And it's not coming through, but anytime that melody comes through, I know the song that wants to come through, and it's not no silver and gold. But that song can be important as well. Maybe people can love you because you're silver and you're gold, which is like priceless metals, or priceless metals, precious metals. Precious metals. You're a precious metal. You're precious. Okay. Since you got your degree, I know every fucking thing. Yo, that phrase will haunt one, or if it's not one reading, it's going to be another reading. Child, I just can't. Okay, hold on. Okay, so the song Young at Heart by Frank Sinatra is fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. I was worried it wouldn't come through. For it's hard you will find to be narrow of mind if you're young at heart. So you are very open-minded and broad-minded, which should come through a little bit in the beginning. You can go to extremes with impossible schemes. Didn't I mention that in the beginning? I do believe I did. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams. You're crashing out, but make it cute. Boom. This song is perfect. And life gets more exciting with each passing day. And love is either in your heart or on its way. Knight of Cups. Don't you know that it's worth every treasure on earth to be young at heart? For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, look at all you've derived out of being alive. And here is the best part. Ha! You've got a brand start. You got a head start if you are among the very young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, look at all you've derived out of being alive. Yeah. So definitely coming through. You're very young at heart, youthful in spirit, okay? Maybe mind, body, and soul is what I'm hearing as well. You could be a young soul. And that's what I also said in that other reading as well, that you could be someone who hasn't been reincarnated a lot of times. Even though you were coming through as an elder, maybe you can, like, move between both extremes, the wise elder and then the immature child, which I think I did mention in the beginning, the Two of Wands, okay? But yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. Yes, if you haven't been reincarnated a lot of times, you crave to understand why you're here. What's the existence of life? What's the meaning of life? Not the existence of life. Are there any aliens? Is what I just heard. That is funny. You guys are funny. You could be funny. Or just the way you act gets people giggling because you're just like a very eccentric character. But anyway, yeah, you could be like it could be many different people here. Maybe some of you are giving wise elder, or you have those moments. Then you also have moments of being very youthful and immature and just like, bouncing off the walls, okay? I'm hearing, off the wall. Get yourself off the wall. You're getting a lot of music as well. I'm seeing that. But Off the Wall by Michael Jackson is coming through. Now, I don't feel like looking up all these songs. Like, can we move on? I do want to get some cards from this deck. It's your heart off the dancing off the wall. Beep, 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 beep. It ain't over, it's up to you. It's time to come alive and party all night through the night. When you're living off the wall, they're like, you gonna hear this song one way or the other. I said, I don't feel like looking at, oh, dang. That's crazy. It ain't no rule, it's up to you. It's time to come alive and party all night through the night. All right. If you feel an exhibition, you gotta let that groove move deep inside your soul. You gotta let that groove move deep inside your soul. And if you feel an exhibition, you gotta do it now before you get too old. Because we're the party people night and day. Okay, I'll look it up. Fine. Okay. So when the world is on your shoulders, you gotta straighten up your act and boogie down. If you can't hang with the feeling, then there ain't no room for you in this part of town. Because we're the party people night and day, living crazy, that's the only way. So tonight, you gotta leave your 9 to 5 up on the shelf and just enjoy yourself. Groove, let the madness in the music get to you. Life ain't so bad at all if you live it off the wall. Live your life off the wall. You can shout out all you want to, because there ain't no sin, and folks all getting loud. If you take the chance and do it, then there ain't no one who's gonna put you down. Okay? So that's what's coming through. Maybe you're someone who is responsible and you do your 9 to 5, then you also have your times and you leave that 9 to 5 up on the shelf and get down now. You groove. Here we have Horus, freedom of action, okay? People love that about you. Your freedom in your action, the way you take action, the way you allow yourself to be free, the way you're just freely yourself. I'm not getting there's any hiding or trying to put on or be fake with you guys. You're like, take it or leave it. This is who I am, right? Life is too short to be sitting here worried about what people think and trying to hide and, you know what I mean? Duck and weave and all that kind of stuff. Life is too short. Go somewhere with yourself. Here we have justice and documents of scales. This came through in group 1. So some of you can be coming from group 1. Not this card specifically, but justice came through, period. And they mean the same thing. Okay? So maybe justice and documents coming through for you guys means you balance the scales. So if someone is doing a little bit too much, you tell them to calm down, or it's you being a lot of two different things, and balancing yourself out really well. Like, this light is blinding me, guys. Like, I can't. Like, it's cute and everything, but my eyes hurt. Here we have success and we have pride. I think I said this with you guys. It came out in one of the songs that I was singing, Pride. Also came through group 1, so you may have forgotten group 1, just saying. Anyway, the crown is definitely putting the crown on yourself and becoming the queen, crowning yourself the queen. Maybe you're definitely someone who's very, not sure of yourself, but you love yourself. And you're not going to let anybody else tell you any different. So you're the queen of your own life, that kind of thing. You're like very high in self-confidence is what I'm getting from you guys. And you're going to let everybody know, or everybody can already tell. Here we have the pearl, your hidden gem. This is so cute. People do, and it's funny how I was talking about silver and gold, precious metals, and pearls like a precious thing. I'm like, what are pearls made of? Okay. But they're very strong, almost indestructible as well, I believe. If they're real, is what I heard. Okay, that's you big up on the lore when it comes to pearls and things. Okay. Maybe diamonds is coming through as well. Maybe like that's hidden gem, exactly. Absolutely. So you like expensive things for sure. You're an expensive girl or expensive guy. And we love that. Maybe you're always buying yourself flowers. Like you treat yourself the way you want to be treated. You don't wait for others to treat you how you want to be treated. And I just heard that, and that's period. And that's on her. We have peace and serenity. You can be a very peaceful person to be around, or you or just all about peace. You don't really surround yourself with ghetto-y. Is what I just heard. Okay, that's the word that I use for people who are in the act of being ghetto. Like what you would describe that as ghetto-y. Okay. People who are in the act of being accusing of being ghetto. Okay, so maybe you make up your own words as well. I love that because we're here. We have relocation and home. To let go of my faith and feel alive. Home. I've been stumbling, moving through the dark, oh, with an empty heart. Home is coming through by One Direction. You make me feel like home. You make this feel like home. That song is coming through. But yeah, that could be something. You make everyone feel at home and very comfortable. That could be a thing. And that's why people love you. And then we have jealousy and gossip. Interesting. Whew, that's crazy how people just really just be jealous of you living your life. That's crazy. That's crazy. Maybe the way you handle jealous people and gossipy people, that could be something people love about you. Because brother. Like people really have nothing better to do with themselves than out here being jealous of other people. So the way you handle jealousy could be something that people love about you as well. Because you are definitely given this freedom, loving, free, soul energy. You love and let love live and let live. And the fact that people can still find something to hate on with someone who's like not bothering anyone and minding their business is just very shameful. So you kind of ignore it or push it aside, or maybe tell them about themselves. Who knows? Whatever action you take, it leads you to just always being at peace and happy with who you are and where you're at in life, with the dove coming through here. Love that for you. Now here we have Commander Ashtar, call to action. You take charge, you lead by example, and you walk your talk. And I'm pretty sure I think I said this in the beginning of the reading, and if I didn't, I feel like I did. I'm getting deja vu. My group 2, Jesus Christ. Did you see how that card flew out? Almost gave me a heart attack. That could be you, like with your antics. You could be the kind of like very frivolous friend that finds herself in certain predicaments, and your friends are just like, girl, you almost gave me a heart attack. What you mean you in Miami with this guy you don't know? Like, yeah, girl, I took a flight to Miami and I met this guy at the club and he took me home and now we're just chilling at his house. Girl, how do you know he's not a serial killer? Well, I don't, but I'm still chilling with him. What do you mean? Like, that kind of energy is what you're giving, and I'm just like, shame on your group 2. Don't do that. Okay? Have your location on at least. Don't be doing that. And in random places or random men you don't know. Very dangerous. Or random girls, random people in general. We have Saint Germain, karma releasing, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. I love how all the cards that are basically, I've been saying, is like coming out to clarify. See, I know I'm not lying. Saint Germain, he looks very no nonsense as well. He's like, try me. I wish a hoe would. I wish you would. It's given you could be someone who has good energy, but you don't take any mess. It's kind of like the whole saying where you do no harm, but you take no ish. Because what you're not going to do is out here be doing stuff. And I love that's coming out with jealousy and karma or gossip. And then we have Mercury, open communication. These guys look very similar. They have like very slim faces. You can have like a very slim or slender face. You know how some people have like really round, chunky faces? Me. And then people have like very slim, ovular faces. That could be you. Okay? We have get a weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. So you're speaking up, but you're speaking up with love. Okay? And like I said, I'm being very like theatric in this reading. If you're finding it annoying, then this may not be your reading, okay? But like I said, you're very quirky and eccentric. So people, you say things, you sing songy kind of energy. I'm hearing you laugh out loud at random stuff. Like you have like a very good laugh. So I'm hearing people love your laugh. Definitely. They love your voice and what you have to say, the message that you have as a person or a soul. I'm hearing reincarnated. When I said soul reincarnated in my head. So you could be a reincarnated soul. Okay, let's get these dice and see what they have to say. What do people love about my group? Choose, please, Spirit. We have 4th house. You're a safe haven. And that did already come through, right? Yeah, it did. I'm pretty sure I saw that. Let me stop. I feel like it did. You make people feel safe. That peace and serenity, okay? Here we have 6th house, so it's Virgo energy coming through for sure. I do think there's something unique about the way you work and your work ethic as well. And that's something people love. The way you get things done. Maybe you don't have to work as hard, or you work smarter, not harder, or something. But your work ethic is coming through with the 6th house. 6th house is Virgo energy. It's harvest. The way you reap what you sow is what I'm hearing. And it's funny how that is coming through. And we had karma releasing with Saint Germain right here. So maybe some of you have like a really youthful appearance. Like I said, a very oval face. Because I didn't even show you this guy here. But you saw him already. Like all of them have a similar, just move over, a similar facial structure. Like thin, faces. All of them. They kind of look alike too. Not overly, but they can go past for brothers. They can pass for brothers. We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five. Or give me a high five. I was definitely always doing the high part, so it felt unnatural for me not to do it. Okay. Move. What's wrong with you? Anyway, yes. Mercury is we already know Mercury. If you're into astrology at all, it's the fastest moving planet. It rules over communication. It rules over Virgo, and it also rules over Gemini. Gemini is someone who's quick with communication. They're very intelligent. They can sometimes come off as very like two-faced. Like they turn into a different person. That was coming through for you as well. Okay, so that matches, that tracks. Okay, communication in general, the way you speak, the way you explain things. So maybe like you explain things to people that could be your job, and you're very good at it. Here we have the moon coming through again, thrice for the 3rd time. Okay, it came out twice in the deck, and then we have the moon coming through right now in the dice. So that's it. Your emotional depth, your depth of emotion, your intuition, things like that. The way you connect to higher realms is what I'm hearing. Interesting. Like I feel like I'm hearing you go beyond the 5D, because the 5D is like, spirit. Now I feel like you may go beyond that. Maybe there are like higher beings or messages that you receive. And did I say that you guys do mediumship or something? Or was that group 1? I think I was explaining that for you guys because of the 8 of Pentacles. So that could definitely be something coming through again. Here we have Mars. I'm hearing you're very bossy. Okay, you're very bold. Okay. I'm hearing some people have a deep voice, even if you're a girl, even if you're a female, you have a deep voice, okay? Aries energy is coming through, so it's definitely very daring, very bold. You do whatever you want and go after what you want, and people are like, I can't believe you did that. And you're like, yeah, I did it, and what? I wish somebody would try to check me. Let me stop. You guys are giving... I just heard Bad Girls Club. So you guys can be given Bad Girls Club, but that's the funniest thing ever. We have Cancer coming through, and we had fourth house coming through as well. So Cancer, fourth house, the same thing. It's giving mother. Okay, and I love how we have the Pearl coming through, because I think Pearl is Cancer's birthstone. So we can have a lot of Cancers watching as well. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Venus is what I'm hearing as well. That could be, significant. But it's definitely you're giving mother, you take care of people feel safe in your presence. There's a lot of people that people watch and they feel comforted and nurtured, and they leave the experience feeling like in a cocoon of positive, happy, safe energy. And then there's people are around, they just feel that they ramp up their chaotic energy. However they feel, they amplify that, So maybe you're like a projector. If you are a human design, you're like a projector. And people like feel like you amplify whatever they're feeling, if it's sadness, if it's safety, or you're able to project certain things onto them if you want to change the mood. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you could also be like a generator or like a manifesting generator as well. So a manifesting generator, or a projector is what's coming through for your group as well, because a projection is someone who like makes something bigger. And then a manifestor or generator is something that creates things, that keeps things going. And I feel like you represent both. Okay, now we have Virgo coming through. Actually, this is so cute. We have fourth house in Cancer, and then we have sixth house, and now we have Virgo. Okay, that's the signs that are coming through for you guys. Virgos are very conservative, and I do believe this is the third time I'm mentioning Virgo, because Eight of Pentacles is Sun in Virgo. So you could have a Sun in Virgo as well. Sun, Moon, Rising, maybe. North Node as well, maybe Venus for some of you, but I'm not really getting that because a Knight of Cups is not a Virgo Venus at all. I mean, maybe because acts of service could be. You could have a Virgo Venus, but yeah, Venus is definitely. I mean, not Venus. Virgo is definitely someone who likes to do things for people, make them feel safe. Virgo would also come through a lot in group 1, so this could definitely be your confirmation or my confirmation that there's some people from group 1 watching group 2, and you're watching all the way through, and I appreciate you and I love you. And I want to give you a big hug. And that's you guys. You can get very emotional very quickly. You could cry very easily. I'm betting some of you could be actors or actresses as well. You're able to I meant to say portray and convey at the same time. You're good at conveying emotions and portraying emotions, okay? But yeah, I'm going to leave a reading right here. I hope your reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. That's what people love about you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you would always get in contact with me. Use my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group. 3s, welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 3, option 3, you're in the right place. Today's reading is going to be about what do people love about you. Okay. This reading wasn't inspired by anything. Oh my gosh, wait, why did I get so... this reading wasn't inspired by anything. It's giving sadness from inside out. Like, dang, got real somber. Interesting. That could be what people love about you? I don't know. Maybe you put things into perspective for them. I don't know. I'm like, what would someone love about someone being like, I guess, I'm sure sadness has some fans from the movie, I mean, not yuck or yum. But anyway, before this reading started, one song kept getting stuck in my head, and even when I went to use the bathroom and come back, it kept getting stuck in my head, and it's still in my head. And the song is Messy by Lola Young. So people could love that you're messy. And that could take on many different meanings. Messy could mean like you make a mess, you're not clean, or you just like aren't the cleanliest person, not really organized, maybe a little all over the place, like a Tasmanian devil, if you will, from Looney Tunes. But you could also be just like really messy and like attitude, where you like to cause confusion and stir up things, make things interesting, keep things lively. That could be something, Lord. Anyway, the song goes, she's basically complaining about a spouse or not even a spouse. Oh, maybe. Some of you here could be married. And what your partner loves about you is that you're messy and you talk a lot and you have a lot of opinions. But basically, she's like complaining about how her partner is always complaining about her. And the chorus is, "'Cause I'm too messy, and then I'm too bleeping clean. You told me get a job, then you asked where the heck I've been. And I'm too perfect, what? Till I open my big mouth. I want to be me. Is that not allowed? And I'm too clever, what? And then I'm too bleeping dumb. You hate it when I cry unless it's that time of the month. And I'm too perfect till I show you that I'm not. 1,000 people I could be for you, and you'd hate them, and you'd hate the effing lot." I always thought she's saying, "And you'd hate them effing all." Anyway, so she's like, I'm impatient, so why would you leave me waiting outside the station when it was like -4 degrees? And I get what you're saying. I just really don't want to hear it right now. That's funny. Can you shut up for like once in your life? Listen to me. I took your nice words of advice and how you think I'm going to die lucky if I turn 33? What? Oh, because she smokes like a chimney. Interesting. And I'm not skinny and I pull a Britney. Oh my gosh. So maybe you're crazy and messy and all over the place, and that's what people love about you. That's funny. Until I pull a Britney. I swear I was listening to this song earlier when I was like doing work and like getting in the zone. And I'm like, hey, until you pull a Britney? Who says that? She does. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? But we all know what she means by that. Okay, if you were here for the whole Britney going a little, in late 2000s, 2010s. Yeah, but anyway. And she pulls a Britney every other week, but cut me some slack. Who do you want me to be? Okay. So yeah, you're definitely giving someone who adds a lot of excitement and intrigue to someone's life, maybe in the positive ways, maybe in the negative ways, but just never a dull moment with you. Now let's start pulling some cards. At the bottom of the deck, we have a 10 of Pentacles though. So there's something here about you building your life up. I'm hearing from rock bottom. Very interesting. Not from rock bottom. Who are you talking to? We have Page of Wands. Yeah, you're definitely like a wild spirit. You know what I mean? You're a horse is what I'm getting. You like your freedom. You like to not be tied down. You know what I mean? You're also very playful is what I'm getting. You're also very creative. You could be very just like, I can't sit down, ADHD kind of energy where people have to kind of treat you like a child, because the Page of Wands is giving me that. And a Page of Wands is someone who is wild. A Page of Pentacles is someone who's like very demure. A Page of Cups is someone who's like very sweet. You know what I mean? A Page of Swords is someone who's like very witty. A Page of Wands is someone who's like a little wild and all over the place, but they love that. My group threes, what do people love about them? You told me to get a job and asked me where the heck I've been. That's crazy. Maybe you need some structure in your life and you kind of go against what people want for you or go against the norm. And that's what people like. There's like challenges their beliefs in some kind of way. But there has to be something you're doing right because they like it. If someone was like a crash out and they didn't have a job and they were at home, there's no reason for somebody to like that unless they like feeling better than you, which is kind of something that I did hear briefly. I just didn't want to say it. There could be people who like you always doing things that you're not supposed to do because it gives them a reason to like put themselves above you in the ranking or hierarchy. So just be careful of that. I swear I was seeing something behind me. There was definitely something moving behind me. And look at how these cards just flew out. I mean, I guess I'll take them because they flew out in a cool way. We have the Four of Cups and we have the Four of Swords. 2 fours, yeah, they were meant to come out for a reason. The Four of Cups in reverse is an interesting energy coming out and what people love about you. And so is the Four of Swords. So just give me a second to pull out all the cards for you guys before I get into your message. We have the Star. You don't let things keep you down. I feel like the Four of Cups upright is an energy of like letting the world pass you by and Not seeing the forest for the trees is the energy of being bored, of being fed up, of being like emotionally turned off. That in reverse, there could be some people in your life who've watched you pull yourself up from the brink of despair, from depression, from the brink of maybe not becoming anything or not believing you are worthy of good things. And people have seen you pull yourself up by the boot tails, is what I'm hearing, and drag yourself to make something of yourself. And it's kind of like people have seen you go from broken and battered and bruised to someone who's like very powerful and never gave up. It's like you're an inspiration to people with whatever story you may have. So you haven't had the easiest life, but you have learned, like, you know, roll with the punches is what I'm hearing. That can be for some of you. Now, Four of Swords, people love your I don't want to say the same things over and over again, but I don't know, go with the flow. You know, take life day by day is a better way for me to say it, or a different way. Because I feel like I'd be reusing the same old phrases, but that's just what I know. You know, I stick to what I know. Maybe you're like an out of the box thinker or person. Maybe you're not like everyone else. You're very unique. Okay, but that's kind of what I'm getting from the Four of Swords. Because we have an energy here of someone who is like stitching their heart back together. After, and it would make a lot of sense because the Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords, and Three of Swords is getting your heart broken. And the Four of Swords is like, you know, healing, licking your wounds, having to build it back up and put it back together. So that could definitely be something coming through here. You've had to do that. But I'm hearing you take every chance that comes your way and you make the most of it, even if you wind up hurt at the end of it. That's what people admire about you and love about you. The Star card is you have like a star power. I'm hearing you glow. And now I'm hearing that song by, what's his name? Glow by 𝐓𝐴𝐶𝐻. Give me a second. So the lyrics go, you say, don't get too close. My scars run deep. I don't want you falling in. But I'm falling in. To your veins. You are powerful. Your heart of gold is more than I could give. More than I could give. You're like magic. You turn the pain into passion. You turn the radio into static. But you don't even know you have it. So that's what I'm saying, you glow. There's not something here about shining or being blinding. It's something that's like inherent and within that people can see. And it's like, it's more visible because they see it glowing from the inside out than the outside in. So it's something that comes with time. And it's something people come to love about you. Because you're someone who could be like really sweet and very innocent with that Page of Wands coming through. Someone who's like, doesn't really know what they're doing, but they're like a mischievous kid you kind of want to help and nurture and see grow. It's kind of like the kid, like if you work with kids, for example, there's always that one child you want to help more than the others. You have a soft spot for that one child. That's who you are to other people. The child they found and they have a really soft spot for, they want to help and see grow and become something. And that's what people love about you. That even or despite being through so many things and hardships in your life, and that's something that I was kind of picking up on here. And I believe I said, I don't remember what happened 5 minutes ago. So maybe you have long-term or short-term memory loss sometimes. That's something that's cute as well, but it comes from trauma. So it's not that cute, but it's become something people find endearing about you, okay? But it could definitely be you just trying to block out a lot of memories so you forget a lot of stuff. Because your brain is just, that's how it's been programmed. Things happen, we forget. Things happen, we forget. So people may find you ask questions like a lot and the same question at the same time, or more often than not, or just a lot of times, okay? And that's something they find that they love about you, you know? Because it shows that you're fighting, that you're still here, that you're still with us, okay? And I'm hearing, if one more light, don't let it go out. One More Light by Linkin Park is coming through. Now we're getting all the deep emotional songs, so that could be something coming through about you that people love as well, that you're really deep and you're really emotional. That came through in group 2, but I feel like it's coming through for you in a different way. It's coming in like a more dark emotional energy, you know? It's like giving emo, punk, stuff like that, pop punk, goth, where you're just like always like sad and emotional and like not, I don't want to say not dealing with your feelings. I feel like you do. But maybe you don't deal with all of them. But what does this have to do with what people love about you? Okay, let me keep getting cards. We have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, the fact that you don't give up. You've been through like so many things, guys. Like, I'm feeling like a very heavy energy. This could be because this is my last pile, but I just finished group 2s and it hasn't been that long. And my bones feel draggy and I feel very heavy. And I'm like, do I don't want to keep going. Like, it's hard to even breathe and keep talking. And that's the energy that's coming through for you guys. People see you fighting your way through that and it's so admirable. Whew, okay. We have the Hangman and then we have the Emperor. These are just like a very interesting set of cards coming through, which is why I kind of wanted to pause and sit with it and see what was coming through for what people love about you. We have the Hangman. So the Hangman is all about being in a period of stasis, of healing, of regeneration, of trying to see the world in a new light. So maybe some of you are going through a reconstruction is what I'm hearing. Some of you could be former Christians who are now, reconstructing or deconstructing from that concept. I think it's what it's called, a deconstruction. I feel like I said it already, yeah. But I feel like another word was coming through. A concentration. Maybe you guys have come from a past where your ancestors were in like concentration camps. And that wasn't really that long ago, if we're being honest. So you could still have some ancestors that are like, that was a part of that, the same way slavery wasn't that long ago either. So there could be something about that coming through. And I'm hearing in particular, so maybe you're a little bit of a villain, but people still resonate with you. Because I'm getting, what's his name? Magneto from X-Men. I do know that his background he was actually not his background. He was in a concentration camp. And if he had not used his power to like twist the gates and get free, he would have been either, who knows what would have happened to him, So he already walks around with that very heavy chip on his shoulder that the world was already so cruel to him at a young age. He was ripped from his mother. And I do believe, I don't know if they like killed her in front of him or something, but I do remember the opening scenes to one of the movies where they're taking them and kind of like branding numbers on them and calling them by their numbers, and he's kind of like, my name is this, I'm not a number, or something like that. And then he ends up getting his mom like killed or something like that. I feel like I can be mixing up my movies, but I do believe from what I remember, he was in a concentration camp with his mother and they were separated. They were branded with numbers that he still has. Like numbers are like stamped on like their wrist or something, and they were like sent on their way. Maybe the boys were sent to one camp, the mothers and was sent to another camp, and he was really separated. So already he, like I said, had to carry that big heavy burden from youth. And it turned him into the evil villain that he was, Magneto. But we could resonate with him. We could empathize with him in those movies. We saw him doing bad things, but we understood where it came from. And I was kind of on his side as well. Like, I understood his side so well that I'm like, you know what? Kill all those people. Yeah. Like, it's justified, but not the people he was killing. I mean, the people who did things to you, cool. But these innocent people, now that he was just, but it's kind of giving that. I'm also hearing Doctor Doom could be important for somebody here, but it's definitely giving how you, even if you are like a very heavy energy or an acquired taste, people still take a liking to you because you still seem human in the way other people who are kind of like seen as villains aren't seen as human, if that makes sense. But anyway, the Hangman is someone who's going through a process of making themselves better, of connecting with the divine, of trying to let go of all the things they've been through in the past. And then the last card coming through here is an Emperor energy. I'm trying to figure out if I'm taking the Emperor as you or another energy like surrounding you. But I guess this reading's about you, so we'll go with it. I want to get some cards from this set to see what else comes through. What do people love about my group 3s? We have Bear, strength and resourceful. Then we have the Mountain, challenges and achievements. What do people love, about my group 3s? We have the key, lock, and unlock. Look at how we have like two very vastly different things, right? Just a hair from each other, lock and unlock. We have challenge and achievements. That's the kind of energy coming through for you guys. So we have old woman, sadness, and female. So you come through with someone who's like very sad. And I did kind of say that or pick up on it, but I'm like, Why would somebody love that about you? It's a very, I don't know. At the bottom, we have anchor, which is stability and security. And at the bottom of the deck before we started this reading, it was a 10 of Pentacles. So like I said, the person you built yourself up, the person you built yourself up to be now. So maybe you're in a much better place now, but people love that you came from something. You've struggled, you've experienced some kind of, sorrow or pain. This is a very interesting message. I don't like it. It's kind of like people like that you've been through some pain, so they know you have something to fight for and that you didn't just get everything handed to you. But I'm like, that's a very weird thing to say you love about somebody. Very interesting. But you overcome a lot of challenges. You've overcome a lot of challenges in your life. Let's see what comes through for this. So I'm not really getting much, and I don't like that. My group threes. Please, Spirit, what do people love about them, my group threes? One third of the deck wants to fall out. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yeah, I just think it's the things you've overcome in life. I feel like everybody else was dealt checkers in their life and you were kind of dealt chess, and you're still playing, you're still trying to get out of it, you're still trying to get out of the maze is what I'm hearing. It's giving the Tri-Wizard tournament where all the wizards went in and were trying to come out on the other side. And everybody wasn't meant to make it, but you did make it out. You're the Harry that made it out of the situation. And in some ways, maybe Cedric Diggory, because he made it out, but he didn't get to experience the success of it. So it's like you've been through like a lot of grief, a lot of death, a lot of all that in your life. And people love how you're still moving, how you're still changing, how you're still growing. The Hangman is an energy of going into reproach, going into stasis, going into cocoon energy, hoping to come out as a butterfly, And butterflies are very beautiful. So maybe you went through an ugly duckling phase, and now people are seeing you as the swan and they're loving that as well too. People are just rooting for you in general. People love that you've been through a tough time and you haven't had the best cards dealt to you in life, but you're still like making the best out of it, okay? Now the card that we have here is charity, and that, I guess that makes some sense. We have prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask, and you shall receive. So people love that you pray. I'm hearing, so I'll pray, Ooh, that wasn't right. Pray. No, that wasn't right either. But Pray by Sam Smith is coming through. So I'll pray. Pray for a glimmer of hope. Won't you call me? Can we have a one-on-one, please? Let's talk about freedom. Everyone prays in the end. That song's coming through. Everyone prays in the end. Won't you call me? Can we have a one-on-one, please? Let's talk about freedom. Everyone prays in the end. Okay, I'm done. We have Kali Ma, facing fear. Exactly. See, I didn't expect this to come through. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, huh? What people love about you, it's strength in adversity. It's picking yourself up from the dirt and making something, dusting yourself off and becoming who you are today. It's finding inspiration, finding that strength inside of yourself. But we have Kali Ma facing fears. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. For doing the work, for putting in the time. We have Serapis Bay, Ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. This is basically the culmination of what I'm getting for you guys. You've overcome a lot of things. And now you're kind of like, not defenseless. Indestructible. Because once you've gone through one rock bottom, you can go through a bunch of rock bottoms, in my opinion. Like, no matter how hard things get, you never give up. You know what I mean? Or you never take it out on somebody. You never scream or cuss or that kind of thing, you know? We have white eagle ancestor spirit. We have connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. You're healing family wounds and patterns. That's what people love about you. You're resilient. You've been through some things, but you didn't let it keep you down. You kept the hope alive that you would live a better life and have a better life. And now you brought that hope into your adult life. People are like, oh yeah, this person, okay, confirmation, period. And it's like this person is going places. They're never going to stop. And we have the emperor. Maybe you could have turned into an emperor. You know, the master of your own life. And it's because you learned the rules of how to play chess. Everyone else was given, gosh, the game checkers in their life. And checkers is very easy. All you gotta do is skip over it, take it. Skip over it, take it. Chess is a much more difficult and complicated game. And that's what you were given at 5 years old, as opposed to other 5-year-olds who were given checkers. And that's pretty easy to learn. You were given chess. And not only did you win, you master the game. And now you're able to like play anyone and be sneaky and be calculating, keep things to yourself and learn the name of the game. Like if people are playing dirty, you play dirty as well. Kind of energy, you know? If they go low, you go lower. Let me stop. That may not be true, it could be true, who knows. But that's the kind of energy that's coming through for you guys. By going through all these things, you've really found out who you are. And I think you've seen it as a blessing in disguise. And you could be a blessing in disguise in many people's lives. But there's definitely something here about a family wound healing. And it's just very prominent. And that's the whole lock and unlock thing and the sadness female. There could be a lot of sadness that, resides on your mother's line, the family line. Okay, move light. Now you're pissing me off. Right? There's a lot of that. And you're able to unlock all the secrets. You know what I mean? Old woman, sadness and female. There's a female in your life who's very sad or was very sad. Maybe all of her generational trauma was placed upon you. And it's something, like I said, you grew up or you were born with like a very heavy weight on your chest, a very heavy weight on your back. And it's something other people would have crumbled under the pressure having to deal with, but you didn't. You kind of rise above. I'm hearing, and still I rise. Maybe you're someone who was caged and you found freedom. So now I'm hearing, I know why the caged bird sings. It's like making the best of any little moment. I think I have read the book in high school or something, but I don't remember. So maybe I haven't read it. Because I feel like the books I've read in high school, I remember. I read Fahrenheit 59? Fahrenheit 59? Or is it Fahrenheit something? There's another one that I read. Is it A Raisin in the Sun? I believe it's one of those that I read. I read Hamlet. And I remember the premise behind those, but I don't remember. Anyway, let's not dwell on that. We have Cernunnos. Life force, express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Oh. So you're coming through with someone's like very sexy. It is definitely giving a troubled soul. Okay. Someone who, that's their intrigue. That you want to heal them or make them better. You want to kiss the boo-boo better. That's the kind of vibe you guys give off. And that's what people love about you. That you give off wound to the puppy and I just want to help energy. And like I said in the beginning, there's something here about them liking that they are better than you or thinking that they are anyway. Some people, not everybody coming through, okay? Some people coming through are very genuine in their love for you to come out on the other side unscathed, or you are scathed, but you're still breathing, you're still fighting, you're still kicking. That's what's coming through. And I completely forgot the movie that was coming through, the book that was coming through. Oh, it was very high at 451, actually. But there was another book that I'm like, maybe they had us read it in school. I don't remember at all, which is very weird. Anyway. But there's something here about your life force being very strong, your desire, your want to live life to the fullest could also be something coming through. You live your life to the fullest. Kali Ma is a very, very, very polarizing, very scary, very intense energy. And we have certain who knows sensual and sexual powers are increased. So people are very attracted to the struggle you've been through. They're attracted to the tortured routine you have going on. Ooh, child. Some of you could be Leos. I just saw Leo come through, but we're going to do it again. We have Libra. You can be very attractive, very aesthetically pleasing. You can be good at decorating. You could be good at, I'm hearing being devil's advocate. You could be good at fashion, giving relationship advice. You have Scorpio. Wow. Yeah. So you have like a very potent sensuality about you that people feel very intrigued by, and that's one thing they love about you. So it's kind of definitely giving like very brooding, intense kind of nature, and people love that because everybody wants to uncover or unbox the traumas of somebody and be their all and be under the thrall of someone with so much, maybe sexual prowess and intensity. They want to be enthralled by you is what I'm hearing. But Libra is definitely more artistic endeavors. Someone who's like very noble is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing Nobu. So some of you could, I don't know if Nobu's an actual restaurant, but I do know it was always in the show Victorious. Like, we're going Nobu, guys. There could be a place called Nobu for real. I'm not 100% sure. Give me a second. Let me look it up. First, let's finish reading the lyrics for this song, Glow by Livingston. He goes on and says, shine on me like a shooting star, which I love because we have the shooting star coming through. Love, give me your broken heart. You're still alive. I hope you know. I won't leave till I fix your scars. Don't care if your sky is dark. You're still the light. I just want to watch you glow. You say that nobody knows all the things I've seen and places that I've been. Just let me in. You're like magic. Turn the pain into passion. Turn the radio to static. Whatever you don't even know, you have it. Okay, so that is definitely coming through as well. They want to heal you, fix you, patch you all back together. It's definitely a big vibe for what people love about you. Okay, now I'm going to look up. But it looks like Nobu is a big fancy restaurant, and it's like founded in 1994, and its founders are Robert De Niro, Nobu Matsushi, Matsuhisa, and near Teper, I don't know. And it says it's known for its fusion of traditional Japanese techniques with unique Peruvian ingredients and flavors. And then if you go down and ask how much it is, it's $160 per person. So it's expensive. So you could definitely be giving high taste. You have like a good taste and people love your taste. Okay. It's giving from rags to riches. You used to be someone who couldn't really afford much. Now you can afford to find things and you're not like, wasting your time getting into it. Okay. But there's definitely something here about ancestry healing. Maybe you come from a family who has like, everyone has kids early and you broke that generational curse. But there's something here about that coming through. There could be like sexual wounds coming through here, and the fact that you're owning them and healing them is something that people are admiring you for as well. Here we have 7th house, relationships, maybe for keeping and holding relationships even after all the things you've been through is what I'm getting as well. But people love how they relate to you. Maybe you are someone who's very relatable. And they're like, oh, I've been through similar things as well. Like we can relate to the pain, the pain we've been through. You're not someone who asks people to hide their pain and act like everything's okay all the time. The way people who haven't been through pain does. You're like, oh, life is da-da-da-da-da-da. Life is, sunshine and rainbows. And you're like, no, life isn't. Like life is really hard. Life is horrible. Life is bad. It's not easy. And I know firsthand that it's not easy. And people kind of relate to you on that. So relating is big. And then here we have 4th house, which is home coming through. Is that 4th house shining? There. Fourth house. There's something like very cozy about you. Man, I'm hearing there's something very squishy about you. You're giving squishmallow. That's what I'm hearing. I love me a good squishmallow, child. Like I have like I still do have, but I use it less because it's kind of deflated and womp 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 these days. But I have like a big Moo, what's wrong with you? Stupid cords. Um, I have like a big My Little Pony Rainbow Dash squishmallow pillow, and I would use that thing for everything, and it was so squishy. I felt like a little girl from Despicable Me. It's so squishy. You know what I mean? That's you. So maybe you could be squishy. You have like a lot of squishies, and people love that about you. Interesting. But yeah, your childlike nature is definitely coming through here. The things you've been through and the way you were able to get out the mud is what I'm hearing. Here we have South Node, so your past is a thing. People love your past, that you leave it in the past maybe. That, like I said, you've overcome it. And then we have Mars, which is Emperor energy. You've taken control. I'm hearing you've switched the narrative. You're no longer the victim. You're the person who is winning and doing really great. And people love that about you, that you've gone from that energy of maybe being lost, not knowing what you want to do, who you are, to being someone who's like found yourself. And it's definitely giving inspiring for sure. The way you look on the bright side of life, that's that childlike nature always coming through, shining through. So I do believe I've heard, okay, that people stop maturing and growing based on the age where they experience a certain trauma. And that could be you. Oh, not the light. How rude. Look at that. As soon as we're talking about traumas, the light wants to go off. How freaking rude. Let me turn on the I think the fact that you're willing to better yourself is also something that's coming through as well. But the fact that you just keep it pushing is the thing. It's like I'm hearing, just keep swimming from Dory Finding Nemo. No matter how bad things get, you just keep on swimming, you keep on swimming. But the way you connect to your lineage, it could be something that's very like your roots are strong, or you grew up where your roots were taught to you and you know what they are and you feel very connected to them. And that's something people really love about you. So maybe you like pour yourself into certain traditions. And that could be like healing your family line. Because a lot of times we grow up and like leave those traditions behind, right? So you're someone who could be very like traditional when it comes to, I'm hearing gender roles or certain things that you believe like you're supposed to do or people around you are supposed to do as well. You hold people accountable maybe. But life force, you have like a lot of life in you, and despite what you've been through, I'm hearing you're very giggly, you're very bubbly. Okay, and that song by Lola Tongue is coming through. You're very alternative as well, because like I said, it keeps coming. Lola Young, not Tongue, sorry. I think Lola Tongue is the girl from All the Boys I've Loved Before. And the fact that Noble was coming through, maybe some of you have like some Asian heritage, and I do know those are very hard households to grow up in. As someone who grew up in like a very hard black household as well, it's hard to live up to people's standards. So maybe you have like a lot of standards pressed upon you, and that could be the whole family wound or pattern that can be healed now. There's certain things that have happened to your family. Didn't graduate college, high school dropouts, pregnancy at a young age, being in, gangs and being on the street and being homeless. So you're kind of like going against all the things that your family has been known for, right? Anyway, yeah, Lola Tongue is the belly from The Summer I Turned Pretty. So it could be something here about confidence coming through as well. How she lived her whole life being overlooked by the guys that she liked. Connor, I think his name was Conrad. Sorry, not Connor. Conrad in the show, in the movie, the book, whatever. And how she was in love with him her whole life, and he didn't really see her until the summer she turned pretty. Then she started having this drama, right? But that's coming through. But Lola Young is the girl who sings, and I'm too messy. It's like whatever you do, you can never be satisfied, or whatever you do, people can never be satisfied. So you just stop giving or caring what people think in general, and that's something people love about you as well. Okay, but I think that's all that I have. There's something here about, I don't know what else can we get. I feel like I didn't tell you guys enough, or all of it was like weird energy. Therapist by ascension. Move into your true self. People love that you're moving into your true self. You're rising above the darkness and that your light is showing and shining, okay? Facing your fears, major spiritual changes are unfolding. So you are, like I said, ascending spiritually, and you're allowing yourself time to soar, no longer hiding. It's definitely a vibe that I'm getting as well. And then we have connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. So maybe you're learning how to manifest better as well. And people are like, looky here. Someone who came from very humble beginnings is doing all these great things with her life or his life or their life, right? And that's because you're not only strong, but you're resourceful as well with the bear here. You're resourceful, so you're able to get things done and get what you want, even if you don't have it, okay? But yeah, you found the lock to the door, you found the key to the lock and you're able to open it, okay? But there's something here about sadness in the female. So the sadness could be you or somebody else. But I do feel like the sadness is you, that you've been always fighting to overcome, but you have, okay? So I'm going to leave your reading right there. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you can always get in contact with me. Use my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.